4, 3, 2, 1. Ostras. Diablo 1. Empieza, claro. Imágenes de Diablo 2. Imágenes de Diablo 3. Diablo Reaper of Soul. Diablo 4. Uy. Ya ha aparecido ahí el druida. Qué poca gracia, vamos.
Welcome to the Diablo Spotlight. This year, we'll be hitting an incredible milestone, 30 years of Diablo. Over 3 decades, we've experienced 5 different Diablo titles, each its own expression of sanctuary. We've embraced new evolutions in technology and the action RPG genre. Our latest installment, Diablo IV, recently revealed its next chapter, Lord of Hatred. The grand face-off with Mephisto is coming. Prepare for the reckoning, because this is a battle you do not want to miss. Diablo Immortal is also heating up. The First and Last King brought us major updates to the storyline, the full release of the new Sharval Wilds, and new Heliquary bosses. The Immortal team will be joining us today to share more about what's coming up this year. Then there's Diablo 2.
Buena Raiden, ¿cómo vamos?
So much to me.
No utilicéis
Diablo 2 Resurrected was the first game that I worked on right here at Blizzard.
Los canjes de puntos.
The original game is what got many of us into the ARPG space and still stands today as the pinnacle experience for those of us who love the genre. If you're here for Resurrected, hold on to your health potions, folks. Topping it all off, this is a BlizzCon year. Today's spotlight kicks off Diablo's road to BlizzCon 2026, and we're thrilled to have you with us. To start this 30th anniversary celebration, we have a very special.
Es que lo he puesto en el mensaje fijado, que no canjeéis los puntos.
How can knowledge be evil?
¿Cómo puede el conocimiento ser malo si salva un alma? Te echamos de menos, Calva, en estos episodios pasados.
The church. They uphold the light while we die.
Espérate, lo voy a poner en el título también. Espérate.
I denounce the light.
Es que si lo pongo, lo tengo que poner en el mensaje fijado, no en el título, porque... Espérate.
Salvation in unholy scripture.
I am a heretic. I break the bones of the damned, build altars of blood to call the darkness.
I have walked amongst demons. Found
Temporalmente lo voy a quitar un segundo.
kinship and madness. Damn the light. I will suffer my own path. I will learn the foul ways of a forbidden tongue. To bind them as a tool of my vengeance.
Vale, es como el médico brujo, ¿no? Es el nuevo personaje, ha empezado bien, ¿eh?
Outlaw. Warlock.
Let them hang us for what we've done.
But when darkness comes for us, it will see hell screaming back.
Cubre la clase de brujo. En el Immortal, en Love of Hatred, en Diablo 2, Reign of the Warlock. ¿Han puesto una expansión para el Diablo? Sí. Van a empezar con Diablo 2, sí.
I get chills every time I see that, and the team has been all in bringing this to life.
El director del juego contra el productor. Bueno, los dos.
Into this update has been a true labor of love.
That takes me back to when you and I first started working together on Diablo II Resurrected, and I got to see firsthand how deeply you and the team care about this game.
Cuando empezaron a trabajar en Diablo 2
It's amazing
Resurrected.
to see how far we've come, and that this community is still here, still active, and still loving the game. With that, we're so excited to announce Reign of the Warlock,
Reign
a
of the
brand
Warlock.
new major update for
Y una
Diablo
no,
2
para
Resurrected.
Diablo 2
This is
Resurrected.
the first time in 25 years that Diablo 2
Es la
is
primera vez que
receiving
recibe
a
una
new
nueva clase
playable
jugable,
class.
pues sí.
I've seen so many sunrises playing this game, beginning
Uf,
from when
nos
I
van a
was a
echar
teenager.
muchísimas horas,
I still haven't put this game down decades later. To bring the Warlock to life in Diablo 2 Resurrected and see it manifest across Diablo 4 and Diablo Immortal is a massive dream come true. Being able to provide even more for the Diablo 2 community.
Le han dado un nuevo
is very
personaje
special
a
to
Diablo.
us.
Diablo 2 has an incredible legacy.
Diablo
And
2,
with Reign of the Warlock,
Diablo
Resurrected is stepping into its next era.
Immortal y en
As the
Diablo
eighth
4.
class for Diablo 2. The Warlock is disciplined,
Está disciplinado y
ominous,
siniestro y tiene
and
conocimiento
incredibly
extraordinario.
knowledgeable. For years, the Warlock lingered in the shadows, studying secrets no mortal should know. Now, they abandon theory for practice, bringing their dark craft to the
Ostras,
battlefield.
fíjate.
When
Fíjate,
it
ya
comes to
está.
gameplay, the Warlock dominates demons, binding them to his will and consuming them when it suits him. First, summoning. Warlocks can summon 3
Pues
distinct
jugaremos
demons,
Diablo
Goatman,
2.
the Tainted, and the Defiler. Each is a different tool in the Warlock's arsenal. But the summoning is just the beginning. The depth lies in his ability to bind or consume nearly any demon found in the game. Binding a demon allows the Warlock to benefit from the demon's unique abilities. You can only bind one demon at a time, but doing so strengthens both the demon and the
Lo
Warlock.
vincula, lo que hace es copiarlo, más o
You
menos,
can
¿no?
also make the choice to consume the demon, remove the demon from play, and literally absorb their essence. This grants the Warlock temporary buffs and traits that can vary between what demon you consume. No matter what demon you draw in, you'll gain increased life and movement speed. Some may grant plus to all skills, some may even grant auras.
And that's just the beginning. Between summoning, binding, and consuming, we're talking hundreds of combinations. And the best part is you can mix and match. Bind a demon for its aura, then absorb another for its resistances before summoning a third to fight by your side. It's a sandbox of dark magic. Outside of mastering demonology, the Warlock can also be a pure caster who channels chaotic magic, hellfire, and destruction.
We're thrilled to introduce a bold new way for players to embody the Warlock fantasy, an approach that blends dark mysticism with raw power. In close quarters combat, the Warlock manipulates weapons with his mind, levitating and hexing two-handed
El
weapons
brujo
with a
manipula el
flick of
arma
his
con la
wrist.
mente.
Our Warlock class is a challenge, a puzzle, and a reward, all wrapped up in a brooding scholarly package.
But Reign of the Warlock isn't just about the new class.
A ver, un
The
momento.
team has also been dropping
Diablo
evolutions in
Immortal en
gameplay
7
as well
minutos.
as some quality
Me
of
pone
life
aquí
updates.
donde yo estoy.
Let's start with one of our favorite playgrounds, Terror Zones. In Reign of the Warlock, there's a
Hay
new way
una
to control
forma
the
de
battle.
controlar el combate.
You have the ability to earn
Consumible,
consumables
elegir
and choose which act becomes
Al estado
terrorized.
aterrorizado.
While an act is terrorized, every zone within it becomes supercharged, offering an elevated difficulty and greater rewards.
Y una mayor
This puts you
recompensa.
back in the driver's seat when reaching the highest levels in the game. And the consumables required to activate them are fully tradable with other players.
Vale.
In Hell difficulty, you'll encounter something new, Heralds of Terror. These hunters stalk players like easy prey, and each one becomes exponentially more dangerous the next time it finds you in a game. Conquer a terrorized act boss, and you'll have a chance to uncover statues that reference something familiar, but in a new way. Combine all 5 statues in the Heraldric Cube to unlock a brand new pinnacle boss encounter against the colossal ancients.
Con los antiguos. El evento de los antiguos.
Colossal ancients are a big deal. These battles are tough and designed to push your skills and builds to the next level. We put you in control, letting you choose how and where you want to play, with a truly legendary goal to chase. Colossal Ancients are built as a next evolution of a feature that Diablo 2 players already love. They keep the spirit of the classic experience intact while layering in more control, more challenge, and more reward.
Reign of the Warlock also contains many quality of life features you've been asking for.
¿Qué mejora?
Let's start with loot filters.
Filtros de
These are
botín.
built directly into the game. No external mods, no third-party tools.
Ni herramientas de
You can
terceros.
create your own, share them with friends, or grab community presets like Start a Warlock and plug them right in. It's simple, flexible, and totally community-driven.
Está creado por la
There's
comunidad.
advanced stash tabs. We've added more of them, and for the first time ever,
Más y más
items
por
in your
primera vez.
stash can be stacked. No
Ostras.
more juggling 99 gems across 4 pages.
Se acabó de
You'll
gestionar
find dedicated tabs for materials,
Ostras, qué bien,
gems,
qué
and
bien, qué bien,
rooms.
qué bien.
It's
Esto quita
cleaner,
espacio y demás.
faster,
En Diablo 2
and
no
way
lo
less
veo.
tedious.
Que han tardado 25 años para meter personajes. Mucho me parece. Pero bueno,
Players have
si
been
da
tracking
ahora el
their
juego bien, no
collections
sé.
in spreadsheets and
Pero es
third-party
exagerado.
websites for years. Now, we've brought that experience in-game. The Chronicle lets you track every item you've ever collected. Uniques, sets, rune words, all in a freshly
Hostia, qué guapo.
designed
Sets.
UI.
Ya
It
meten
even
sets.
tells you when and where you found it. Most importantly, you'll unlock rewards you can show off to your friends. We also
Ostras.
wanted to honor the way people have played Diablo 2 for decades. Whether you prefer Diablo 2 Classic or want to keep playing Resurrected, you can. Reign of the Warlock lives in the same client, with your existing characters safely separated.
If you want to bring your character forward, you can transfer it. If you got a character in
Si queréis el
Classic,
personaje
move it to
clásico, pasarlo a
Resurrected.
Resurrected.
If you've been grinding in Resurrected, carry
Y
it into
traerlo
Reign
a
of the
Rey en
Warlock.
Charlo.
You can't go backwards, but you can
No podéis ir
always
hacia
go
atrás.
forward on your terms.
Pero sí adelante.
Reign of the
O sea,
Warlock
tenéis que pensar
wasn't
bien,
built in a
¿sabes?
vacuum. Creators like
Habrá que
Mr. Llama,
testearlo.
Gymnasium,
A ver cómo va
BT, and
Reign.
Kano have been deep in the
Reign
dungeons with us,
Warlock,
playtesting, theory crafting, and giving feedback on everything from class fantasy to stash
Hombre,
flow.
habrá que pasarse el juego con
So
el
if you've
personaje
ever
clásico,
played
que es
Diablo
la...
2, no matter when
que
you
es
first
la-
journeyed into Sanctuary,
¿Cómo se llama?
this is your moment. Come celebrate with us. Reign of the Warlock brings brand new ways
Que
to
es la
play for
maga.
everyone, and we
Y
can't
luego con
wait
el
to see
personaje
more
nuevo,
sunrises
evidentemente.
with this
Fíjate cómo
community
viene.
now and for the years to come. But we've been saving the best for last. Reign of the
Empieza con
Warlock
Diablo
will
2,
be
Reign
live
of the
today.
Warlock. Estará disponible hoy. Ostras. O sea, que se puede ya jugar. Ostras, pues la gente se va a poner a jugar ya a este directamente.
These creatures of darkness shall yield to me, or perish.
La zona de terror. El ataque coloso de los ancestros. Colecciona completa la colección. 30 nuevos ítems. Habrá que ir buscando dónde caen y demás. Qué bueno, los objetos y demás, tío. Ah, prioridad para coger objetos raros y demás. Pues qué chulo, ¿eh? Nintendo eShop también.
Dive into Diablo II Resurrected right now on Battle.net, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Plus, with your purchase of Reign of the Warlock, unlock some exclusive cosmetics for Diablo
Ya está para
4
actualizar.
and World of Warcraft to show off your dark allegiance across realms. So get in the fight and stop bending demons to your will.
So there you have it. We've kicked off the 30th anniversary with
Habrá un
huge
mantenimiento
update to
programado para el
Diablo II
miércoles 11
Resurrected.
entre las 5 y las 11.
But the celebration doesn't stop there.
Hoy.
Starting today, you can enter our Voice the Warlock contest on Instagram.
Acaban de soltar la actualización ahora mismo, ¿eh?
Himself, Rahul Kohli. If you want to join,
Una actualización
tag
de 442 megas, ¿eh?
Hashtag
Ostras.
Voice the Warlock for a chance for you and a friend to win a trip to London for Diablo's Infernal Symphony on June 6th, 2026. Official contest details are
El filtro es algo que tenía que venir de serie para ponerlo opcional. Y deberían haberlo puesto en la versión remasterizada. Calúa.
Diablo 2 and Diablo 3.
Diablo Immortal, ¿vale? Van pasando de uno. Empezamos. Cumple 3 años, vale. No me lo terminé nunca, ¿eh?
And somehow, the demons still haven't learned their lesson.
Not for lack of trying on our end. You all have been relentless.
And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome.
Diablo Immortal was created
Yo
to
lo que
bring
he
that
dicho siempre,
classic
aquí
Diablo
la gente
dungeon
que
delving,
estemos en el
loot-chasing
canal,
magic
¿vale?
to the small screen. And for many of us on the development
Yo
team,
personalmente
it's a
ahora
love
mismo
letter
estamos con
to the
RPG
moment
porque me encanta el
we first
RPG,
stepped into Sanctuary.
pero
I remember my first step
la gente que está
vividly.
suscrita por
My
Diablo,
brother was
pues
actually the
vamos
one
a
who
traer
introduced
contenido
me
de
to the
Diablo,
game. He told me
¿vale?
it's a really fun
Pero
game.
tened en cuenta que
But
la
it
programación
might
del
just be a
canal
little too
trae
scary
tanto
for
Diablo
13-year-old
como
me. I spent a
Pokémon,
couple
como
of months
Zelda,
sitting on
¿vale?
the
El
sidelines,
28 de
watching my
febrero tenemos el
brother brave the
evento
horrors I couldn't
que hace un
face
año
quite
que
yet.
hicimos la
Today,
contrarreloj
I'm pleased to
de
say I
Ocarina of Time.
overcame my
Entonces,
fear and fell in love with
todos los
Sanctuary.
que nos
And
sigáis
my
en la
brother,
comunidad de
he now
WhatsApp,
works in finance.
aparecerá ahí en el chat,
I am so
en
proud
Twitch.
to be part of the Immortal team,
Os enteraréis de
which
lo
is
que
why I'm
iremos
happy
trayendo
to
poquito
kick
a
off
poco.
our
Los que no se
anniversary
cabrarán, se
celebration by
irán,
announcing
etcétera,
the
etcétera.
arrival of our very own
El
Warlock.
brujo sigue. El personaje este del brujo sigue aquí en Diablo Immortal. Mira,
After the events of Diablo II, the rediscovery of
Diablo
Vizjerai
Immortal se
magic
nota
has
mucho
sprung.
que es para móvil, sobre
Our
todo el
Warlock is
movimiento
even more
tosco.
reckless with this dark power than her
Hombre,
predecessor.
lo desarrollaron
She's here to
como
save
para
the world,
teléfono móvil,
but she's going to do
¿vale?
it her way, wielding the tools
Pero
of hell
también lo puede
to push
jugar
back
en
Sanctuary's
PC.
demons.
Tiene la interfaz de
In her
ordenador.
eyes, anyone
Igual
who
que
refuses to
Diablo
fight fire
Resurrected,
with
bueno, yo lo
fire
conozco
is
como
simply
Resurrected,
naive.
el Diablo 2.
She's not hiding her
Llamémoslo
powers
Diablo
away.
2.
She's daring you to challenge.
Le pusieron para jugar
We
con
built the
mando
Warlock for our
cuando
players
siempre ha
who
sido con
love
teclado y
hovering
ratón.
on that very thin line
Está guapo el
between
personaje,
hero and
está muy
villain.
chulo.
When
Muy
it
buena
comes to
ficha, ¿qué
power,
tal?
The Warlock practices the ancient art of the Vizjerai, magic so dark it was buried beneath Sanctuary long ago. In Immortal, that legacy lives on. She can open portals to hell, summon
Ahora mismo
demonic
están hablando de
weapons from
Diablo
the
Immortal.
Hellforge, and of course, command demons. At the heart of her arsenal is the Soul Gorger, a
Pues sí que
beast
está guapo.
powered by devouring other demons and absorbing their traits.
Un abrazo.
We've designed a monstrous maw that stretches from its mouth
Hemos quitado las
all the way
alertas,
to its
picha.
stomach.
Y he
So
quitado
when it
todo, ¿vale?
consumes,
Porque estamos
it's
en un
a
evento
full
especial,
body
¿vale?
transformation.
Han hablado de Diablo 2, hay una actualización, ya la han puesto, la podéis descargar ahora mismo, ¿vale? Yo la estoy descargando ya. Ahora están hablando de Diablo Immortal, ¿vale? Y pasarán por Diablo 3 y Diablo 4, ¿vale? Este mes va a ser juego. No sé si la actualización habrá que pagar, no lo sé, creo que no, no lo sé.
It's a journey into
Reino
the
público de
shadows
prueba.
and a chance to understand what drives our new class. We'll have more updates as development continues.
Now let's talk about a warlock-centric location.
Vamos a ver.
Loot Golem is
Golem
back
está de vuelta
and grimmer than ever before. We've
en
honored the
Diablo
legacy
Immortal.
of Diablo II Resurrected by preserving key landmarks, the gates, the central plaza, and the architecture that defined the city for a generation of players. But because this is Diablo, its beauty and history have now been desecrated by a demonic occupation. We've also expanded and split the city into two districts, the Common Ward and the High Ward.
Sí,
The Common
25
Ward
euros.
is chaos incarnate.
Diablo 2
Graffiti
Resurrected
of blood,
Reign of the
hanging
Warlock,
bodies, and corruption
25 euros.
seeping through the sewers.
Está la
It's
edición
a
infernal.
bustling town where you meet a
Recompensas
motley
del
crew
juego.
of artisans. Elzix, Farah, Drognin, Meshith, Atma, and many
Todos los
others.
personajes.
By
Atma,
contrast, the
Mesif,
High
todos de
Ward
Diablo
is
2 lo pasan
eerie
también.
in its elegance. The buildings are
Bueno, luego lo
refined,
vemos tranquilo porque es que si no,
darkness
si
has
me
soaked
pongo a
into their
mirar
soul.
esto ahora
To move Luke
mismo,
Olane's architecture forward in time, we took inspiration from real-world Moroccan cities. With
me
vibrant
gustaría ver qué
patterns
diferencia hay
and
entre
rich
una y
textures
otra,
in every corner.
porque aquí me
They
está
create a
pidiendo
stark
40 euros y
contrast
digo,
with
esto
the
de
layers
momento no me lo
of
puedo permitir.
violence and decay that define everything in Sanctuary. And beneath Luke Olane, in its dungeons, you'll find carvings of Vizjerai runes, remnants of the ancient summoners who practiced their dangerous arts here in secret.
The Warlock story
En
is
PC no me gustó
literally
nada, el Diablo
carved
Inmortal,
into
¿verdad?
the undercity
A mí
of
tampoco
Loot
me llamó
Golem.
mucho la
The
atención.
more you explore,
Hablan
the
raro,
more you'll
no lo
uncover
entiendo bien.
truth about a dangerous power that's only as good as its wielder, a legacy of mastering
Una
dark
papa.
forces, and
¿Lo
sometimes
estáis escuchando
being
bien? ¿Se escucha
mastered
bien
by
el
them.
directo?
We're nearly ready to put the Warlock into your hands. The class is scheduled to arrive this June. In addition to the Warlock, we've got other world-shaping stories coming to Immortal this year,
Ay.
and they begin with our next big bad. We're witnessing the triumphant return of the Maiden of
La doncella de la
Anguish,
angustia,
the
vuelve.
demon queen Andariel.
Andariel, otra
In
vez.
Immortal's story, Andariel is 10 steps ahead of us. She's conquered Loot Golane and sent her barges sweeping across Sanctuary, abducting people to drink in the anguish of an entire world.
Ostras.
For what purpose? You'll have to play to find out. With Andariel, we're emphasizing the horror of fighting a being that wants you to drown in your own torment. Not just the scary things you see, but the ones you feel in your gut. Everywhere that Andariel touches becomes claustrophobic and harrowing.
To make Andariel's anguish-inducing design instantly recognizable, we've refreshed her classic look.
Claro,
She's
han cogido el
domineering,
aspecto
equal
clásico de
parts
Andariel,
regal,
vale.
and sadistic.
Y la han
And
metido
she
en
hasn't
Immortal.
forgotten
Se
how
la han
things ended for
resucitado.
her the last time she walked Sanctuary. Now, she's driven by nothing less than a desire for dark godhood, to stand supreme among her brothers with a new approach to the eternal conflict.
Atento,
Our
van a-
story
ves,
in
ponen
Immortal's
aquí lo que pasa que
fourth
estoy aquí
year
yo.
sends familiar places and people into an era
Ahora van a
unlike
hablar de Diablo
anything
4.
Sanctuary has yet seen.
We've got a packed year ahead, and our roadmap deepens the world of Diablo Immortal even further. Beyond
Va
the
a ser una
Warlock
puta
and the
locura
expansion
porque
of
si
Loot
yo
Golem,
pretendo
we'll be
jugar
rolling out a new
Diablo
subzone
2 o
each
Diablo
quarter,
4, si van a
complete
poner
with
Diablo
wanted
4,
monsters
yo tengo la
and
expansión ya.
bounties. We're also adding
me
a
la
new
regalaron.
battleground event
Pero
and
Diablo
continuing to
2
improve
no
the
lo tengo,
system,
entonces
drawing
no sé.
upon your feedback. We'll be making updates to classic zone events, summoning new Helcori bosses, adding new ambient quests, and improving the PD timer for legendary gem drops. And we'll share more as we get closer.
We want story and gameplay to move together, with each update pushing our boundaries and making Sanctuary feel more alive.
To celebrate today's spotlight, we've got a promo code
Tenemos un
available
código
for
promocional disponible
all
para todos los
players.
jugadores.
And whether you've been with us for a while or jumping in for the first time, join us on our
Entrar en nuestro
Discord
Discord y
and be
formar
part
parte
of
de
the
la comunidad.
conversation. This fourth-year story in Diablo Immortal is a tentpole moment, scattered with heroes, villains, big piles of corpses, and let's be honest, even bigger piles of loot.
You know, much like Emil, playing Diablo at 13 haunted me. In a good way. It woke me up to the Gothic style that I still love so much today. It was fast-paced, transgressive, and it had the best character progression of anything I'd ever played. Diablo was a revolution in the way I thought about RPGs. The beauty of Sanctuary is that it's hope tangled with terror at every turn. As designers, we're hungry to answer the big questions about this world. What kind of earth-shattering events lead to the era Deckard Cain called the end of days?
And what scars run so deep that people would rather barricade their doors than risk the world outside?
What demonic plots reshape Sanctuary and set up the age of Diablo III? What ushers in the time of the Nephilim? We've barely scratched the surface, and there's so much more on the horizon for Diablo Immortal thanks to you. We want to give a massive thank you to all our players for sticking with us and helping make Sanctuary what it is today. We're so happy that you're part of Diablo's 30-year legacy.
Now let's turn our gaze toward Diablo IV. We're about to introduce the second new class in Lord of Hatred, dig into brand new features, and talk about big updates coming to endgame and core systems. Let's get into it.
Diablo 4. Lord of Hatred. Esta la tengo. Nueva Clase
Diablo 4 has
4
come
por
a
otros
long
40.
way since launch. It's been amazing to see this game grow into something bigger, sharper, and more ambitious than ever. And honestly, Zavin, one of my favorite things is to see players push every system we build to its limits.
Yeah, our players don't sit on the sidelines. In fact, I'm sure they're all over the comment section right now. And we love it. It helps us understand not just what's working, but where we can evolve.
This expansion builds on everything we've learned so far. Class balance, endgame, core systems. This is our chance to take all of those core pillars and push them even further. So today, we'll be diving into new features, a new region, and a new endgame. But first, let's take a look at a new class, the Warlock.
Across the Diablo universe, we will get to watch the Warlock evolve. In Diablo II Resurrected, they honed their earliest arcane powers. Then in Diablo Immortal, their journey takes a rebellious turn, embracing darker forces and forging their own path. Now in Diablo IV, the Warlock stands at the height of their strength, fully unleashed and ready to shape the fate of Sanctuary. This class is all about turning the wrath of hell against itself, with metal chains, flames, and utter destruction. The Diablo IV Warlock is like a heavy metal album cover come to life, fighting fire with fire. We have so much more to share about our Warlock, enough that we're dedicating a full developer update to Warlock on March 5th. That's where we'll go deep on the class, their lore, gameplay, and more. For now, let's talk about how the Warlock and our other new class, the Paladin, are central to the themes of Lord of Hatred.
Many of you have already been playing as the Paladin, experiencing their holy might firsthand. With the Paladin representing light and purity, Warlocks are their darker counterpart, anti-heroes harnessing the power of hell. This duality is central to the theme of Lord of Hatred. It's the eternal conflict between angels and demons, with humanity stuck in the center.
As you play through the campaign, prepare to be drawn into a tale where Mephisto's shadow looms even larger. It's an unfolding saga of hatred, treachery, and the search for salvation, building towards a reckoning that will leave a lasting mark on Sanctuary. The campaign unfolds in Lord of Hatred's new zone, Skovos. Skovos is a dangerous land, visually inspired by ancient Mediterranean landscapes. You'll explore rugged coastlines, mountainous highlands, ancient temples, and more monster variety than ever. Skovos is the birthplace of humanity, where Lilith and Inarius began it all. You'll see the Blessed Mother and the Heavenly Father carved into the marble structures of Temis, the capital city.
Temis is the bustling epicenter of Skovos. Marble walls, eerie elegance, vibrant patterns, and rich textures all blend to create a hauntingly beautiful landscape. There's a town square teeming with whispers of the Firstborn. You'll uncover secrets of the Ascari, the Prime Evils, and the ancient wars that shaped the world.
Muchísimas gracias por pasarte.
It's a place where every corner tells a story.
Especial, ¿vale?
Plus, we built Temis to be the ideal endgame city, crafted to streamline your access to everything you want once the campaign is concluded.
While we keep the story under wraps for now, let's talk about Endgame in Lord of Hatred and one of its major new features, War Plans. War Plans give you more control and depth in how you experience the Endgame. You create a playlist of up to 5 activities, drawing from Endgame modes: the Pit, Infernal Hordes, Hell Tides, Nightmare Dungeons, Lair Bosses, and the Undercity. Pick what you want, pick your rewards, and jump in.
As you complete activities through War Plans, you'll earn progression towards a unique skill tree for each of these activities. These trees let you customize and modify how each activity plays. You can change the rewards, tweak the monster spawns, even bring features from one activity into another.
One of the best parts is how War Plans makes the endgame more accessible. If you're a new player or returning after a break, you can just pick your playlist and start playing, learning the systems as you go. But for veterans, there's a ton of meta progression and build diversity to explore. War Plans are really about letting you shape your own endgame experience. You decide what you want to focus on, what you want to avoid, and how you want to play.
And for those of you seeking an adrenaline rush, we're also introducing a hyper-rare event called Echoing Hatred. If you're lucky enough to find a very rare Trace of Echoes golden ticket in a loot drop, you'll gain access to the Echoing Hatred event. There, you'll face infinite waves of enemies and escalating difficulty. Each run feels different, with randomized monsters that force you to adapt your build and tactics on the fly. The deeper you go, the more intense the encounters become. Each wave will test your mastery of the mechanics and resource management to the point where we might even throw multiple bosses at you at the same time. The longer you last, the better the loot. And how long you last is completely up to your skill.
I know the entire team is excited for War Plans and Echoing Hatred, but this might be a good time to talk about the why.
After the campaign wraps up, that's when the real journey begins for a lot of our players. Endgame isn't just a bonus, it's what keeps you coming back to Sanctuary.
And it's more than just adding new events. We want these features to feel meaningful. Quality of life changes, like making activities more approachable or letting you customize how you play, make a huge difference.
There's nothing worse than feeling lost after the credits roll. With features like War Plans and rare events like Echoing Hatred, you get new goals and reasons to experiment even after returning from a break.
It's all about giving you control and variety. Endgame should be as interesting and rewarding as the story. That's why we're so focused on quality of life improvements and fresh features for everyone. Now, let's talk systems updates, which also feed into this philosophy. These updates will completely refresh how you build your power your way. Let's start with skill trees. We've seen the joke that they're more like skill twigs. That ends here. With the release of Lord of Hatred, every player will reap the benefits of a completely overhauled, massively expanded skill tree system. The changes are built to give you more customization than ever before, right from the moment you start playing. No more waiting for random item drops or late game progression to really flesh out your build. Now you'll have meaningful choices and options in your skill tree from the moment you choose your first skills.
We're adding new customization options to every single skill across the entire tree. It isn't just a small tweak. It's a major disruption to the current class system. Our goal is to make theory crafting go much, much further with more complexity than ever before.
For instance, take the Sorcerer's iconic Hydra skill. Previously, you could only boost its burning damage or ramp up its critical strike potential. With the revamped skill tree, you can fine-tune Hydra to your unique playstyle. Want your Hydras to attack faster or last longer? You can choose to have their attacks trigger explosions or continually burn everything in close proximity. You can even completely transform the skill, turning your Hydras into Frost Hydras to unlock new combos with all your other Frost abilities. The new options let you experiment with every possibility as you refine the build that's most fun for you.
And we're not leaving any class behind. Alongside the Paladin and the Warlock, Every class will be getting these updates, and they will be available to all players, regardless of Lord of Hatred ownership. Each class will get more than 40 rework choices and over 80 additional options. Lord of Hatred owners are going to get even more, with over 20 additional transformative skill choices.
On top of the skill tree overhaul, we're adding a brand new itemization system, the Talisman, and with it comes a return of charms and sets. Here's how it works. Once you get your Talisman, charms will begin dropping in the game. For a charm to be active, it must be placed inside your Talisman. Charms can be of any rarity, but the set charms have the greatest potential. Equipping multiple charms from the same set will unlock additional set bonuses. With the Talisman, charms, and sets, you can customize and fine-tune your characters like never before, with the powers of the greatest Herodrum.
And speaking of Herodrum, Lord of Hatred comes with the Herodrum Cube, a legendary tool for a legendary way to craft. You'll combine rare materials, unlock additional properties, and forge items that fit your playstyle. The Herodrum Cube is the beginning of your chase for late-game greatness, opening up new opportunities to shape your journey and pursue those ultimate rewards. It's a heartfelt callback to the cube in Diablo II, now reimagined for Diablo IV's itemization. Next, loot filters. They've finally arrived. You've been asking for this since day one, and we've heard you. Whether you're chasing uniques or filtering out junk, loot filters give you the right amount of control over your journey. While we're so excited to finally be adding loot filters to the game, we are going to continue to listen to your feedback and stay committed to refining loot filters over time to make sure that it works for you.
Ahí está, claro.
This is shaping up to be quite a year for Diablo IV. Perfect timing for Diablo's 30th anniversary. I've been playing Diablo for as long as I've been gaming on PCs, starting with a burned copy of Diablo handed to me by a friend at school. Discovering the game's randomized content blew my mind, and soon I was playing Diablo 2 online at PC cafes, eventually diving into modding and joining Blizzard. I've been a proud servant of hell ever since. We hope this year's expansion and all its new features spark that same sense of discovery and excitement you felt when you first stepped into Sanctuary. Whether you're exploring Scovos, or reaching your greatest potential within your class fantasy, or simply celebrating another milestone with the Diablo community, we're grateful to have you with us. Thank you for being a part of this adventure.
Eso, hacer un ciervo va a ser que no, ¿sabes?
When darkness comes for us, it will see hell screaming back.
Otra cosa es volver a la gente satánica por un videojuego. Eso no, evidentemente.
It is so cool to see the Warlock class rise across the Diablo universe.
No habéis hablado
From the
de Diablo
scholarly
3.
manipulator, to the punk rock demon commander, to the metal powerhouse. This tells a story that spans generations, illuminating the legacy of the Vajari and the strength of those bold enough to wield its forbidden power. You can dive into the origins of the Diablo Warlock and so much more right now in Reign of the Warlock, live today in Diablo II Resurrected. We love bringing Sanctuary to life, and we're grateful that you could join us to help us kick off Diablo's 30th anniversary. On behalf of everyone here today and the Diablo team across the globe, thank you for being a part of this journey with us.
Diablo 2, Diablo
Are we
Immortal
clear?
y Diablo
We
4.
good? Oh my God, they're gonna freak out at BlizzCon when we announce it.
La BlizzCon. Bueno. Diablo Immortal, junio 2026. Lord of Hatred, 28 del 4. Y en Diablo 2. Abril, 28 de abril. Vale. Pues nada, muy bien, muy cargado. Ahora sí os puedo leer, ¿vale? Creo que ya ha terminado el evento.